Hey everybody, how are you all doing? Lego Leprechaun here, guys, again. Uh, a little bit of time right since the last update, but that's just a few reasons really. I was sick for probably about 3 weeks there, only recently, and just tying up a few loose ends there with work and stuff like that after Christmas. But yeah, I just want to welcome everyone back, and as you could see here, this is the next section of the city. And from the intro, you could see how big it was, guys. So, yeah, just before we get started, basically what I want to do is thank everybody for subscriptions as always. Even though it's been a while, but I noticed the subscriptions have been going up on the channel. And even still comments coming in over certain videos there, which is really cool. So thanks for that. So with this, guys, as you saw from the start again, it's a lot bigger, but I've broken into 4 sections. And instead of just coming in with everything all in one go, I just wanted to share with you just each section and the certain things I want to say that I know if I do it all in one, that I'll forget to say the things that I want to say about, we'd say the whole journey and the building of it. This took a bit of time, obviously. So I just want to break it down more so, So this is going to be part 1 of 4 or 5 videos. It's not complete yet. From the intro there, you could see there's a whole front to go on, and I'll explain what's going in there when I have, we'd say, the 4 sections put together. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be a 5th section which is going in the front, and then there's going to be the transportation of it into the Lego shed. And it's heavy enough, it's big enough, and I'll have a job in doing that. But I will record all that, and just show you the. It's bound to be some accident somewhere. Hopefully not me sailing with this mountain. It's 3 foot high. So yeah, that'll be fun. But we'll record that when we're getting to it. So yeah, guys. So this is the. If you can think of how I normally start my city videos, I'm normally down by the start of the city. And as you look right up at the city, you'll have the back cave on the right, and this is going to be the section on the left, like I was talking about. It'll be the mountainous area, kind of coming from left to right over to Wayne Manor, and this is the first peak here, this big one. Now, guys, excuse the lighting a small bit here. I've got a little one here, shining down on this side of it. I've got a ring light here, which I would use to talk into normally, but there's a grand bright light off it, and I have another small little light here just to come onto it, and even at that, it still looks a bit kind of, dark in certain areas, and then overly shiny in other areas. So, yeah, so just excuse that. Well, I'll come up close to it there in a minute anyway and show you a little bit of detail. So yeah, guys, this is what it started off like a while back, and with the blacksmith, I wanted to place it somewhere in my city because it's lovely. And again, I didn't pay too much attention to this build because I could barely remember the name of it, even before I got it. But as always, Lego come up with a great build, even though it's an idea set. It was originally done by a fella that put it up for the Ideas project and got it approved. So a big thanks to him, and then Lego for taking it and making a set anyway. So I was wondering, I love it, and I was thinking, where could I actually put it, So I was only thinking of building mountains down at this side of the city, at the far end. But then I thought, you know what, why not introduce this and put it in here? And this is the beauty about Lego, guys, isn't it? Over the right hand side of this eventually is going to be Wayne Manor and the Batcave, and you'll see a few sets going in here among the mountains. This and Winnie the Pooh and what is it? The Flintstones. And then little touches here and there of different little things I put into the mountainous areas themselves, And that's the beauty about Lego. You can bring different colour to it altogether, It doesn't have to be strictly, this is set back in whatever century and it shouldn't go there because it's next to the Batcave. That's the beauty about Lego. You can put anything anywhere and have a great bit of fun with it, So yeah, we'll come in a little bit closer here. So at the start, guys, I probably put up a few posts if you follow me on Instagram, and I would have shown this area here. So I just start again, guys. This is the same kind of thing. I just start out with an idea in mind, and I just start building. I have a kind of a picture somewhere there, and I was working on this side. I was eventually going to go over that side, as you could see from the intro there, and basically, the design kind of works itself out. I can't really explain it. It works itself out as I'm moving from left to right in this case. So then I said, right, I went along here a little bit and over to the right, and I said, before I go any further, I want to start going up here. But I had to build this in sections because, as you can see here, and I forgot to mention at the start of the video there, I'm in the corner here of my sitting room in my house, and I decided to get these two big tables here to put in here because, just sweep this way a little bit, and here's a lot of the little tubs that I use for all the different parts. But I decided to come in here, guys, because the sheds are quite cold in winter, and you'll be freezing out there. And I literally said, right, you know what, this is my den. Just use it for what it is. The sheds are great in summer, and it's great to bring your creations out there and eventually plant them in the city. But building this in here was much more of a pleasure because warmer podcasts on, music on, whatever I want, and I could work away. So anyway, getting back to it, I wanted to come up here in height, and I had to build it in sections, as I was saying. So this is section 1, and again, it's done in a way that I had to make it even into 2 sections. So you see it going up here, and as we get here to where the sheep are, okay, and I'll come in a bit closer. Then there's a second section here that is the peak, and it goes all the way up, right up to the top. A bit of white up there and a few climbers, and eventually we hit, which will eventually be the Irish flag. I'm waiting on a white colour here of one of those flags so I can put it in. But guys, I actually went out and measured, not taking into account, of course, when you're building, and I was planning on going even higher than this. And then I got a brain freeze, and I thought, hold on a second now, go out and measure the height of the table so you won't run into the roof with it, And as it stands, it's exactly 35, 36 inches, and that flag I can't put on this mountain, but I'll put it over on the other ones because the roof is too low inside in the shed, So just as well I caught myself there before I went any higher with this mountain, because I wanted to go way up and I wasn't even thinking of the shed height. So that would have been an ordeal, having to strip it back down. So again, guys, with this now we have a few bits, as you can see. So we have a nice climber here at the top, and then the eagles are beautiful. They came in 2 different sets, city sets. One was a kind of a mountain park, not a park set, a mountain set anyway. And again, like that, my lovely girlfriend went away then and got into Bricklink and put in an order for all different animals, and I was so well over the moon, including these sheep here. And the little, is it llamas or lemurs or whatever they're called, but they're really class. I love them. And a few more. I'll go through the animals that I got actually offered. They're brilliant. So yeah, so what I want to do, guys, again, and I'll show you and explain with this, I'll be taking off in tangents, you know me now. Here I start with one thing and I say another thing. But the first section of the mountain here, as we come down, we have this real kind of intricate rock, in and out, inverted slopes and normal slopes. And I brought it up then to a kind of a level base here, as you can see. And the blacksmith I didn't want to put it square, yourself facing this way. When I'm going to be looking in from where I will be doing city updates in the main aisle of the shed, I'll be standing kind of at the back cave looking in. So this will be the angle then you'll be looking at, kind of in at the blacksmith. So instead of turning it straight down this line here, you'd miss out on it. So again, because Lego's all square, I didn't want to run with all square. I wanted to actually, diagonally put it up. And it's not sticking by any means. It's just literally sitting down on the dots and a few things around it. It will not be noticeable from where I will be standing in future doing updates. So I put that at an angle. But again, like that, this rock is kind of really intricate in and out. And we have a little kind of a tunnel going in here. And then it's coming out up here. So this is the horse and cart that came with it, the blacksmith. So I wanted to show that coming out, by the way, went in here. I will put an extra bit of a tunnel in here and darken it up a bit, as you can just see the wall behind it, That'll be in future. But then when I came to the mountain area, I wanted to run with a kind of a different, I wouldn't say different technique. It's basically the longer slopes as opposed to the small inverted ones. These are the 1x2x2 high and 3 high, and I wanted to get more of a smoother look to the mountain. So as I kind of draw out here a little bit, right, and if you look down at the kind of bottom rock here, very kind of sharp and we'd say in and out kind of gritty, and then as you see going up the mountain here, it's kind of more of a smoother mountain face, you know, as we go up. And then I don't have a lot of white Lego now, so I just kind of maggot it around really with this. I have some more white pieces on order, and I just want to smoothen up the tips, especially. This isn't so bad with the other mountains, I just want to smoothen up the tips a small bit. So that's kind of what I did, just to get that kind of a more, I suppose, it's like it's in the distance because it's kind of a smoother mountain face. Now you still have the different striations and lines in it, you know, and I didn't want to have any one piece that would be the same as, we say, the piece here next to each other. I'd never do that. They're always staggered, so you'll never get that kind of a smooth run to be like every second one there, look, but then you'd have a lower one here and a smaller one there and a smaller one there, so you never really well, in my case, I don't want to actually ever come to the point of where I would repeat the same patterns, because you rarely see it in the mountain anyway, would you? It's always broken up and it looks way different. So yeah, so this is what the first section is like, guys, and it's again like that. It's just one of the main big mountains at the corner of the city, far left, down at the bottom, which will kind of stand out, and then it'll eventually draw over to the right hand side. Now this is part one, as I said, probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6 videos. So the next section I won't do individually. I'll do it joined up to it, and you'll see where it's going. So yeah, guys. So I'm just doing small snippets, as I said, with the videos, because I don't want to fall into just, as I said, I could put it all up here today and talk my ass off about it, and there's a few things then I'd be thinking, oh, I wish I said this and I wish I said that, you know. So I know when I do the second part and I talk more about that, I can explain a few bits as I go along of certain things we'd say about the journey of building it. Now, guys, I would be very, like, I did order a lot of the I get them here, and you know, the burp, you know. Now it's a great tool because it's a supporter for all those slopes, as you see behind it. And again, guys, this is only my own personal kind of a rule. I wouldn't have these exposed, you know, so everything you see behind that on that wall of rock is all covering the face of these. So they're a great support. And again, like that, if you had a ton of excess brick, you know, you could use the brick behind it. But try and order brick. Brick is quite expensive, and these aren't so expensive. So the thing is with these as well, they cover a lot of volume and space. Like, so you have 10 studs across by 6 high, and of course there's different patterns on them where you can put the slopes in different ways, you know. So they're very handy that way. When in this case with the mountain effect, because I'm continuously leaning back and kind of going in, they obviously, the point down here, they're staggering back at an angle, obviously, so I'll get my mountain, you know. You can place them in a few different areas as you're kind of going back. If you're kind of more to the front, you get more of a vertical, instead of a lean back, shall I say, more of a vertical height that way. But if you do that, then the mountain goes on forever. So I was kind of coming back every 2 and 2, yeah, halfway there. I was putting the next one there across the middle of that gap there. And eventually, as you go up, it folds into the, I have a certain line then where I won't go beyond, you know. So again, guys, they're great. They're great for filling in the gaps and support for all my slopes and stuff like that. A bit tricky on the corners here. So if you have them coming that way, the burp, and you have them face on that way, there's a gap that you got to fill. And I noticed that there's another kind of a burp or corner burp that I saw, and I forgot to get it, like what I said, I'll make do with what I have now, and it worked out fine. It's just slopes are going this way and they're going that way and they're going this way and they're going that way, so you're trying to mix it all in. You can see there as I run right up, so it's just a kind of a pattern of slopes going all the way up towards the top. You just work it, you fit it in, you know. And because I've done a lot of work on the back cave with rock, again, guys, that just was kind of natural to me, even though this is different. I hadn't really got much burps for that. I was using loads of pieces. in the cave, whereas the mountain is different. And plus I could bring a bit of green in here, which is nice as well, even though I didn't from above the pine trees up in this case, because I just wanted to show that as the actual mountain goes higher, it gets a little colder. Now the mountains that come on the right hand side have a little bit more green in them, alright, a little bit higher up, but you'll see why. So that's section 1, guys, done, and part 1 of the few videos coming. Good to be back, and again, guys, thanks to everybody as always for tuning in and following me. I do plan on putting more videos out more frequently here this time, simply because all of this section is done and I've put more space in my week. As I was saying, the reason I was a while getting back to this video is because I've been planning on getting more space within my working week, so I can dedicate it to the Lego, and I've done that. So there is no reason why it won't be less frequent from here on in. So trust me on that this time. They'll be coming more frequently. As I said, guys, before, I want to make this my work, because I love it. So yeah, till the next video, guys. We'll be out in a few days, probably by the weekend, on the section 2. So looking forward to explaining all the details in that. Lego Leprechaun out, and thank you again.